Hi, my name is Vincent McMorrow. The folk thing was based on the most simple of things. Like you said, you have a shirt, a beard, and a guitar, go. And it's like, people forget that there is context for everything. Like, people just look at something and go, okay, well, that's what you were then and that's what you are now. And it's like, well, that's not what I was then. That's what people said. Coming from scratch, coming from nowhere, having no background in performance really, just being someone that sat in a room and made a record that was the limit of what was possible for me at that time, either financially or musically or anything, and then putting it out and having to play guitar because I didn't have any money. I couldn't have a band. I never made a solo record. Anybody that listens to it, if anybody thinks that We Don't Eat is a folk song, then they're out of their minds. Like, it's not. But I had to play it on guitar. So then it became a folk song to people. And then more people come to it and more people go, oh, you're a folk musician. And I was so grateful, and still am, that people gave a shit, that I was never going to turn around to someone and go, let me explain to you why you were wrong. Because, like, who was I? I'm not that person. And I never defined it in the beginning. I had an idea in my head of a texture and a sound and a flow, and this is exactly it. And whatever instruments got used was almost redundant, and I didn't think about it. I just knew I wanted to create these sounds from thin air on certain songs, and there are so many brilliant things about making music this day and age, and I would not be able to make music if it was 10 years ago. I'd be totally screwed because I can't work without a computer or some means to kind of build up a sonic world. I can't just sit with a guitar. It just doesn't do it for me musically. This was exactly what I wanted to say, and I wanted to make a record that I would want to listen to in the most narcissistic way possible, probably. That I hear musicians kind of go, I make a record, and I don't really listen to it afterwards. And I'm like, what's the point? Like, the point is to make music that you love, and so you can stand behind it fully, and to not worry about where it will go. First album, I wasn't thinking about how they would play out in a live audience because I'd never played live before, so I didn't know how it would work. So with this album, I was definitely thinking about it a lot more, what it would do, how it would flow, in a room, in a live context. It's not like 15 years ago where you're competing with a couple of thousand records being put out every year. There's just such an absolute deluge of music that gets put out all the time that in order to make something that stays for longer than a second, it has to be really good. It has to be, okay, I'm going to go somewhere and make music like it used to be made, and just really to do something profound, because you respond to it. Musicians are responsive people, like all artists are, like everybody is. You see something beautiful and you respond to it, you react to it.
I wanna go south in the river, face it alone in the heart of the winter. I wanna go south in the river, face it alone in the heart of the winter.
Thank you.